I'm inspired in my defiance today by the string of progressive victories that were won all around the United States during the election of November 2025. From the East Coast, where Mamdani was elected with over 1 million votes, 2 Democratic governors were elected in New Jersey and Virginia, and on the West Coast, where Proposition 50 was overwhelmingly passed. This will allow for up to 5 additional Democratic-leaning seats in California's delegation in order to combat the redistricted seats from Texas. But beyond these candidates winning, and there were wins across the board, even in very red Mississippi and Georgia, I am excited because it was the progressive policies that won. It was people focusing on their localities that won. It was folks who were pushing back against fascism and totalitarianism and terrible economic policy that won. It wasn't a specific candidate. And while Donald Trump threw a hissy fit because he believes the reason he lost is the shutdown and the fact that he wasn't on the ballot, he is actually right about those things. The shutdown, which is terrible for Republicans and shows just how bare their policies are, and the fact that he is the only unifying characteristic of the modern Republican Party. But that unification happened across the board for Democrats last night. It happened for folks that agreed with one another and disagreed with one another. It is a big tent. It is a large group of people who all want the same things. They want the government to work for them. They want to have equal access to health care and education. They want their SNAP benefits because they are struggling. This is a clear repudiation of the idea that it should only work for a certain portion of the population. Our government should work for all of us. The policies that are put in place should work for all of us. They should support us. And here in my state of Colorado, we overwhelmingly passed that all children should be able to get free breakfast and lunch at school. This is an initiative that we have passed multiple times because we believe that children should not go hungry. And what's great is that it is fully funded. It is not a mandate that our schools provide these meals without the funding that goes along with it. We are taxing people that earn over $300,000 in order to fund this. We have done it twice now, and that is the way that it should be. These kinds of progressive policies mean that everyone gets a fair shot. That's what Mamdani's platform was. And the people that were struggling with that set of policies were the billionaires. They were the folks who like the status quo, who do not want to be taxed in the way that they were prior to the Reagan administration. The current system works for folks like Donald Trump, like Elon Musk, like Jeff Bezos, but it doesn't work for the vast majority of us. And if we can create the kind of solidarity that we saw last night on a regular basis, on even-numbered year elections, then we really have a shot at moving forward from this moment in political history. I'm also inspired by the fact that Donald Trump continues to ask for Republicans to eliminate the filibuster. This time, after all of the elections from last night, he did so in order to lock in control for Republicans. He said that it would be impossible to beat us if we destroy the filibuster and just pass anything that we want. They don't want consensus. They don't want the slow, methodical way that laws are traditionally passed. And while the filibuster has gotten in the way of a great many progressive policies, it is there so that we don't have the rubber band effect every 2 or 4 or 6 years when new senators come on board, where they pass everything to undo the last president. Or, in this case, to pass everything so that there can never be anyone else in control in the future. Donald Trump is asking for everyone to just solidify his power as a king in order to make sure that the Democrats don't have a landslide like they did last night on an even number election year. Theoretically, it's just a procedural vote in order to open up the government again. But the idea that it would ever stop, that they would ever stop using the nuclear option, is fiction. Eliminating the filibuster would mean that there are no policies that would require debate. Everything would just be 50 votes and you have it. and it would mean that the whims of one man would determine the policy for the entire nation, which isn't American. It isn't constitutional, and it certainly isn't democratic. And finally, I'm inspired in my defiance today by the fact that we have now reached the very longest shutdown in American history. This means that it's been 36 days since flight traffic controllers were paid. It means that federal workers have not been to their offices in over a month. It means that the House of Representatives has not been in session. It means that Mike Johnson has said, "I don't know," for 36 straight days. And no matter what else is going on in our government or within the leadership of this administration, you should know that these people are not working for you. They are not interested in your life, in supporting you. They are interested in Gatsby parties. They are interested in making deals to enrich themselves. They are interested in pardoning people that they don't even know the names of. And while I believe that this election cycle will have lots of good dividends, it's going to take some more of people telling him no, of him losing in the public square in order to right the ship, in order to change the narrative, in order to bring back the institutions that we need in order to survive as individuals and as a nation. If this government shutdown has taught us anything, it is that we are on our own. We have to advocate for ourselves. We have to tell our leaders that we want health care and that it isn't too high a price to pay, and that we will not rubber stamp a single man's desire for control. If you've gotten this far in the video, you've clearly found something to either like or hate about it, and I'm okay either way. Leave a comment, subscribe, like it if you want to. But just know that I'll be here every weekday, inspired in my defiance. And I hope you are too.